Trusting, trusting, trusting when the sun goes down. Thank Him, thank Him, thank Him in the morning, thank Him in the noontime. Thank Him, thank Him, thank Him when the sun goes down. We will sing another one chorus. Page number 29, song number 48. Rejoice in the Lord always. We'll sing all together. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.
To talk to them. And especially in this seminar, all of them are benefited. I believe these throughout the day, those who are visiting, going to present their paper and sharing their thought, bless each and every one of them, so that with all together's contribution, we reach the goal. And we commit entire day into your mighty hand. Bless each and every one of them. Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Father. The first morning session, you can see there's prize for you. We have changed the arrangements, the way we were sitting last evening, yesterday. And today we will begin the first session with a review of yesterday, which is day 1. And to conduct the session, I would invite Dr. Glenn Schiff.
Wow, what a beautiful morning and what a beautiful space here we are in. How different. Yeah. There's a oneness now here to us, right? And we begin with the circle. And thank you for the rearrangement and to put the flowers in the center. And thank you for the lovely opening. We praise the Lord and who has brought us together for this purpose. We're delighted to just be here with you to share these 2 days. I am delighted as we began yesterday with a ceremony, a luscious, beautiful ceremony, which was really a celebration of the collaboration that is going on that has brought us together. Collaboration between Scottish Church and St. Paul's College. Collaboration between IATE and Asian Network that has worked together over several years, and we hope for many more years, to connect 2 networks of Christian higher education here in India and in America. We had a beginning here with the cafe, right? And World Cafe. And we had 3 cycles, and it was, in a way, a little bit, maybe say, happy chaos, I should say. We were moving around, like in a cafe, and meeting each other over a coffee or something, that sort of who we are and what our concerns are with the issues that we are facing with the advent of this new technology and how it is changing our own teaching and how it's changing the institutions in which we teach, the vessels in which we work. So I think it opens up the conversations, and we know each other a little interpersonally as a way to begin. So that emphasizes the participation paradigm that we are focusing on, and to do AI in the context of this kind of participation. And we had at the end of the day, just to jump over had Mr. Professor Benson from Maryland. I wonder if everyone was there. Did you have an opportunity to plug in and listen to that? It was, I think, quite informative. He's got a lot of experience in helping teachers to not just use technology, but to think through their teaching strategies and as they are quickly changing. So I think there was a lot of food for thought. May I pause and ask just what stands out for you that you heard him talk about? What were just to comment on what you remember from last evening that was striking?
I remember Hindi clip. And there was a comment that our Indian movies are popular in Europe and America too. That was what we were very happy about. Anybody else?
Yeah, you thought that it was a glitch coming in from
That's,
outside.
I thought it was technical somehow, it was a glitch and suddenly the movie started playing. Then I realized, oh, he's showing me.
That's right.
I remember how Sir falsified the claims that innovations are detrimental to the development of education. He started from the early period, from the medieval period, and then came onto the time of Samuel Johnson, and finally until the recent years.
So, as a historian, I like that too. It's these themes are, very old in the sense of how educators may be skeptical at first of new technologies, but then gradually we learn how to use them, and it transforms how we teach, and transforms our relationship with students. What else did you hear? Who would like to share something that you heard? I want to bring Spencer Benson to the beginning of our this day 2, just to remember what you heard that was striking.
Disruptive aspects of using AI.
Anything else?
What I felt positive about the whole thing was, what I felt the positive part of that session was that as faculty we have to change our methods of teaching in order to reach the new generation students. That was a very positive outlook that the whole presentation took us to.
Yeah, that sense of the generations. Depending what generation you are, is the technology you're familiar with, and that is, AI now, the AI native. This is something that Borghese has brought to us in the sense of looking at our students as being natives to the AI world, and it's natural to them. Not to us so much, but we're becoming more familiar, basically, with helping our students to communicate with our students. Anything else that you want to comment on that you heard Spencer Benson mention last night that you thought was quite interesting? He will be speaking again on the 15th when we are in Shillong. But we're having him come electronically. That's Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. If you want to have another dose of Spencer Benson, and we welcome your comments. There was not so much opportunity to have interaction there, but there'll be more time for questions at that point. But we had the World Cafe in the beginning, and I think we met some new people, and of course we've seen people we know before, and in this context of how we are adjusting, adapting, and absorbing AI into our lives. Then we had a presentation by Dr. Borghese on AI and what is developing. We hope that AI is going to be replacing some of the more mundane aspects of our lives that we have to do as teachers, and it frees up more time that we have to spend with the students. So maybe there's a way that this is a humanizing process to reduce the amount of say, bureaucratic activity that we're obliged for teachers to do, and let AI do those things. And that enables us to spend more time with the students. So it may be, maybe a good thing, but we have this ambiguity, a moral ambiguity of AI. It can go in very positive directions, but it also has some traps and some negative things that we have to be aware of. So, and we have with our Lauren has brought to us the project-based learning. And do you want to make a comment at this point about, as we're going to return to that this afternoon?
Yes, good to see you all here. And I was doing a count, and it seems to me the number of attendees today is very similar to what we had yesterday. So welcome you all again. And it's good to be back. And hope you had a good rest. I did myself. And not only did I have breakfast in the Bishop's Inn, but then we had tea and crumpets and tea and whatever. That was the life. So I wanted to ask, first of all, I want to get the names. I don't have a pen and a paper. I want to get the names of the two people that were up yesterday that talked about they were already using problem-based learning, project-based learning in their colleges. There were two women that stood up.
I'm Anuragha Mukherjee from
She's not here. Over here. Okay. So, yes, name and contact information.
So, this afternoon you're going to be doing a lot.
And this afternoon, then, we're going to have a session, about an hour, depending on the time of everything, where we'll be taking a look at what we can do in our own courses. I'd asked you yesterday to bring your course syllabus, and we'll sit in small groups and figure out, like, if you have a group of 4 or 5 people, everybody says what their course is going to be about, and then you look at that. You decide as a group which course you want to work on, to how you would start problem-based, project-based learning within that course. And we'll be presenting some supporting materials where you can get some ideas of what you would do with the curriculum. So that's complete.
But with the sitting in our circle, I want to move to the beginning of today, which is the open space, and ask Mark Bixby to begin our journey. This is actually my favorite time for workshops, to see emerging what is the agenda for the rest of the day, and the agenda that we have in common. Having explored the general topics of AI and participatory paradigm that's transforming our institutions and our practice, we had an interesting set of conversations last, in the afternoon about the disciplines. We met, in our science groups, in our political, science and the social sciences area, the arts and literature, and these are natural conversations that we have with people with whom we share the same professional focus, the same issues, and it's important to share the practices that we're developing in the use of AI within our own disciplines, whether it has to do with teaching students or conducting our research and publishing. All of this is being transformed. And so those conversations went very fast and I think very rich. So, but now we come to the open space, and may I give you this? Mark is setting up some of the methodology, but we're going to focus in on what are the key questions the broad questions that we want to focus on, and then under that, we will invite you to indicate what topic you want that is of concern to you, something that is important to you that has emerged in these days and going forward, and where you might sit down with other colleagues today and explore that topic. And so it's a way of not that we bring an agenda to you from outside, but something that allows you to collectively and in a thoughtful way establish the agenda for the rest of the day. And we'll do some assessment activities at the end. But with that, Mark, may I ask you to take us away?
Okay. We're going to be doing a process which is called open space. And we traditionally start with a circle. A circle seems to have a big gap over there. I see some people in the back here. Let me move over on that side. What? Please sit up there. And guess what? I'm sitting here. Because one of the things about a circle is there is no front. And we have a tendency to take a space and say, oh, there's a front. That's where the leaders are supposed to be. Open space is a self-structuring meeting process to allow the people who are here in the room to figure out what they want to talk about and then create space to have those conversations and talk about what they think is important and be able to share that with other people who are interested in talking about those topics. Over here, you'll see the agenda for the next 3 hours. And you'll look up there and say, well, there's not much on the agenda, Mark. How are we going to have a meeting if we don't have an agenda? Well, we will create our own agenda in the next half hour, and it will be designed for you to talk about what you want to talk about. This process was originally designed by a guy named Harrison Owen, and he used it to do conferences, and he got so tired of trying to figure out what were the right speakers and what were the right times to have it in. And as he says, over a martini came to an inspiration, which is we're working too hard. Why don't we just have the participants put up what they want to do? And then we can start doing that instead of trying to do what, usually when you have pre-planned speakers and that sort, they're usually talking about what's in the past or what they had previously written up about, instead of talking about exactly what we're working on right now. So that's the inspiration and that's the invitation. Did you manage to put up the PowerPoint there? Yeah, I love technology, right? One of the things that you'll see in a lot of my processes that we're still using paper and pens. One of my colleagues had said, one of the greatest inventions of the 20th century was large poster paper. Because with large poster paper, you can write and everybody else can see it. That allows this great interaction of ideas. Anyway, I'm moving a little bit beyond what we're going to do work now. Let's see. You need to go down a couple of pages. Down. Down. There we are. Just keep there. So, our theme is issues and opportunities for Christian higher education in India, with particular emphasis on AI native education and the paradigm, the participatory paradigm. So I want you to start thinking about what are those questions I have? Maybe it's a question. Maybe you've been working on something that you're interested in sharing with other people. Maybe you have some insight that you'd like to share with other people. Or maybe you are interested in asking other people about this. So in a few moments, a little while, we'll be asking you to put out those different topics. But let me give you some more on the structure. I haven't had a chance to put these posters up on the wall, so we'll be doing that as we go along. So, you see here in the center, we have some paper and some markers. We'll have a lot more of it. When I finish my introduction, I'll ask whoever is interested in doing a presentation to come up here and grab a piece of paper, grab a pen. You can either start writing here or you can go back to your seat and write out what your topic is. You know? How do we... No? We'll put lots of pens up here and a lot of paper. So, you come over here, you write up your topic. How do we, and you put your name. And then you're going to come over here. Okay, I'm not going to change it. Come over here onto our agenda. And the first thing that issue you have on the agenda is when am I going to do it? We have 3 different time periods, 1, 2, and 3. And you can see we have different tables here. So I'm going to do it in the second time period. And so I'll pull that out on table A. And then what I'll do is go over here, grab a piece of tape, and there'll be a microphone. And you want to tell people what your topic is. So my name is Mark, and my topic is how do we work together in a more participatory method. And then I'm going to put it on the board up here. That way it's on the agenda. Now I can go back and think about if there's anything else that I want to be talking about, or inviting people to talk with me about. Now, if you do come up with another idea, you can go and put another one up there. But you have to realize that when you put up a topic there, that you have certain responsibilities. One is that you are going to hold a meeting. So we get these. What will happen is we're going to invite you to put up your topics. We get all these different topics up there, different time periods, and then we're going to invite you to come up and give initials on which ones you'll want to go to. So if you look at all the different topics in the different time period, the ones that you plan to attend, you'll put your initial on. That'll give us a sense of who wants to come to our different meetings. And then what will happen is that when we start the first time period, we'll ask all the people in time period who put up a topic on time period 1, will come up and say, okay, we're going to be talking about da-da-da topic over here, or right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4. We probably may even have some other rooms outside, but we have these different locations where we're going to meet. And then so you'll invite people to come over there. And other people will be inviting other people to meet. So there'll be at least 4 different meetings taking place here. And then when you, in the discussion, you'll have a piece of paper that will give you a poster paper. And one of our requests is that you lead the discussion and you take notes on it. Later on, we'll be able to put those notes up on the wall so other people can know what has happened in the meeting. When the time period gone through, we go into the second time period, and then we'll go into the third time period, and we'll essentially do 3 rounds, about approximately 45 minutes each. And then at the end, we'll meet back in the full circle. So let me give some of these introductions. I'll let Lauren be my standing poster paper. One is the law of 2 feet. Even though you've put your initials up here, the initial is just an indication that I'm interested. We have what we call a law of 2 feet. If you're in a meeting and you're finding that you're not learning anything, you're not giving anything, feel free to use your 2 feet to go over to another meeting and find out what's going on there. And in turn, we also remind that whoever is leading a session, when someone comes over, welcomes them and bring them up to date and include them in their conversation. So this is a permission to move around as you feel necessary. Okay, Lauren, if you could, let's see. Okay, another one is in bees and butterflies. At some point, you will encounter those people. They seem to be going to one meeting, and then they go to another meeting. We call those bees. And oftentimes it feels irritating. Why he just came in, gave us a couple ideas, he then jumped somewhere else. He's not serious. Well, think about bees. What do? They pollinate. They're helping sharing different ideas. And so, welcome them when they come in, and don't get too upset if they disappear and go somewhere else. But you may also see what we call butterflies. And butterflies, they just sort of sit around. They don't seem to join any meeting. They look sort of enjoyable. They may be, me or Glenn might be butterflies. Or you may end up becoming a butterfly because, you've just been too busy. You just need a little bit of quiet, and getting into another conversation is just too hard. So you have permission to just be somewhere. And we expect people to, we welcome butterflies along with everything else. One thing about open space, it's really designed to give you permission to, be here and be responsible. We oftentimes say that we only invite people to open space. We don't force people to be in open space because you don't want people to be here who don't want to be here.
You want people to be here because they want to be here, because it's a topic that they're interested in. It's something that they want to be involved in. And that makes useful meetings. So when I do open space in corporate environments, I have to tell the bosses, don't tell everybody you must be there. Send them an invitation. We would like to have you here. And sometimes I have people call up and sort of say, do I really have to be in this meeting? I said, no, you don't. But there may be some decisions made that may influence the things that you are concerned about, so you might want to be there. And that gives them the right to choose. Okay, so birds, bees and butterflies. One of the things that you don't want to have are what we call giraffes. And giraffes are sitting in one meeting, and they're trying to listen to what's going on in another meeting. So if you find yourself being a giraffe, just get up, go over, find out what's going on in the other meeting, okay? Sometimes you may run into situations that you have two topics that you want to go to both, and you have to figure out how you're going to make that adjustment. Okay. That's another. Passion and responsibility. We say open space is driven by passion and responsibility. Passion is what will get you out of your table, or out of your chair, up to this table, to write down a topic and put it up there. It's a little bit of risk, to put a topic up there. It also motivates you to put up the topic and to move through the process, to keep the conversations going. Now, with that comes responsibility. First responsibility, hold the meeting. Second responsibility, write up the report and put that up so that everybody can see what has happened. Those are the passion and responsibility. The last piece I have here, we'll be putting these up on the wall so we can be reminded of them, is the four principles. First is, whoever comes are the right people. Now, one thing that sometimes happens is you put up a topic and you keep waiting because you want, really the Madam Principal really needs to be up in this meeting. And you keep waiting, and you don't start. Well, what this says, whoever comes are the right people. Don't hold things off waiting for that person, because they may have other responsibilities that they have to be involved in. So whoever comes are the right people. They're people that have obvious interest in whatever you want to talk about, and so get started with them. Whenever it starts is the right time. So one of the things we talk about is when it feels right, maybe you'll start exactly at the time that we've said. Maybe it'll take a few minutes for it to pull together. So it starts when it starts, and that's the right time. And then whatever happens is the only thing that could happen. So you put up a topic there, you think you know what's going to happen, and maybe that will happen, or maybe something else will happen. And whatever happens is what happened, and it's the only thing that could happen. And finally, when it's over, it's over. So if you find that we have 45 minutes and 30 minutes in, you've already finished your conversation, okay, finish, split up, join other conversations. Or if you feel that you need to keep talking for a little bit longer, that's okay also. So when it's over, and use the time properly. Okay, so let's get some more markers up here. A whole bunch of these. You want to take those and put them up on the wall here. There's some tacks there. So to review again, in a minute from now, we're going to do, I'm going to invite you to come up and write topics, issues and opportunities for Christian higher education in India. Emphasis of native education and participatory paradigm. You come up here, write it. Come over here, pick a time zone. Put it up here. Speak what it is that you want to talk about. I'm going to put this back here. So then when we start, you'll come up here. If you're 1A, we'll start with the first round. 1A, 1B, 1C. Let me get another tape here. What? Well, let's deal with it when we deal with it, okay? I have a plan. That's why I'm here. I'm the facilitator. I have a plan. Okay, so you put them up there. Then you'll be invited to go up and mark the ones that you want to go to, and then we'll start the first round. I'll ring a little bell to indicate when the first round ends, and then we go to the second round. You have a responsibility. We'll have poster paper up here to get some poster paper to write up the discussion. Part of the idea is that we'll have a newsroom where even if you weren't in a discussion, you'll be able to look and see what other people have discussed. So the way of sharing, not just with the group that was talking about it, but with everybody else in the room, what you're talking about. And then at the end of the 3 time periods, we'll meet back here in a circle. Okay? So, my question, wonderful, another person here. So my question is, issues and opportunities for Christian higher education in India, with particular emphasis on AI native education and the participatory paradigm. What would you like to be talking about? And I invite you to grab a piece of paper, write down your topic, write down your name. Wait, you're not organizing into a discussion group right now. Individually decide what topic you want to lead.
Then according to the tables,
What?
according to the tables.
Right now, your chairs will be moving into tables and things like that. The question is, what topic do you want to talk about? Write it on a piece of paper, put it up on the wall.
We suggested that if they wanted to, someone could do something about project-based.
Am I audible? I think I am. So my topic is, the topic that I want to float for discussion is teacher as mentor in AI for AI in native generation. So those who are interested, please come and teacher as mentor in or for AI native generation.
First I need to talk.
Yes, you can say my name is, and my topic is.
Hello everyone, my name is Shoham, and I have chosen this topic for discussion. How do we use AI for mythological studies?
Are you doing collective? Who's the, you gotta have your name on there. What do you want to talk about?
So, this is my question. How can AI help in collaborative teaching learning process? Oh, and I'm Kush. I'll wear my badge.
Okay. Okay, put your name in.
My name?
Yep.
I have tried.
Yeah, you have to write it. We know who is. I choose the time period you want to do it in. That's the third time period. Now read it to everybody. Read, my name is, and, my topic is.
Oh, my topic is opportunities in AI-based teaching learning, especially in school education. My name is Shomnath.
How do I choose the round?
It's up here. Line 1, 2, or 3. Choose which. Do you have your, okay.
Good morning, everyone. I am Anuradha. My topic is bridging the digital divide in rural-urban areas for higher education and science discipline. Thank you.
My name is Upendranath Nandi. The topic I have placed is role of AI in spreading higher education in India.
Now, some people had already been asking me, but Mark, there's so many people here. How are we going to have more topics? Well, there's actually more time and space for you. So if you still have an idea, write it down, put your name on it, and get it up here. This is your opportunity.
Okay, so I am Dipandita. I would like to discuss on use of AI to assist learning for students with disability.
Can we put you in B? B? First time. What would you want to talk about?
I would like to talk on addressing phishing and hacking of personal informations. Shatabdi Ghosh.
I'll put your first round, okay? This is your opportunity. What else do you want to talk about? What do we need to be talking about? You don't have to know the answer. This is your chance to invite others to join with you in conversation. Yep. So if you do 45 minutes, what does it look like?
45 minutes. Well, we're at 11 o'clock. So if in terms of, I don't know if you want to say.
Give 40 minutes.
Yeah, but I think maybe even an hour. Do you want to let them get deeper into it and then less movement around, or? But because if we get into the afternoon, that's okay too. Seems to me. Yeah.
Okay, you got your name on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Microphone is yours.
I'm Tamanna, and we'll be speaking on AI in developing entrepreneurial skills with regard to global relevance of the employment scenario.
I would like us to discuss on the use of AI in personalized career counseling.
I would like to discuss, my name is Ashi, and I would like to discuss how to increase student participation in classroom using AI.
Good morning, my name is Dr. Thiru from St. John's College, Agra. My topic is AI in students' assessment and grading.
Good morning, everyone. I am Debanjana Mukherjee. So I wanted to talk about the role of AI tools for empowering students dealing with psychological crises like social phobias, because some students are there in class who don't talk because of social phobias, or students who are silently battling with depressions or psychological crisis. So my topic will be this.
Good morning, I'm Chandrani Sengupta. My topic is role of AI in cybersecurity.
Good morning, I'm Pampa Chakraborty. I like the topic AI and intellectual property right.
Okay, if you have more topics, at any point you can come up here and grab a piece of paper and put it on here. What I'd like to have you do now is have everyone stand up and grab a pen or have a marker here. Come on and ask yourself, okay, which ones do I think I'd like to do? So, I'm sort of interested in this, Mark, I'm interested in this one, I'm interested in this one. It's not you don't have to do it, but this is a way of just helping the people know how many people to expect. Okay, so come up and choose which ones you'd like to go to. I mean, we can choose more than one, except the time zone have time zones, but if you want to do two, you can do it, but
Yeah.
They managed to
They get it, they get
a full agenda, right?
Take the paper with you.
$120. We may run that a little bit. The tea will be brought in here, so anytime you want to have some tea, you can go grab some tea. Okay? So what we're going to do is start the first round, and I would invite our people. I should say at this point we'll have group 1 there, group 2 there, group 3 there, group 4 there. If you find that it's too noisy in this room, feel free to then take your group and go next door and find a different space to do it. This is called open space, but what we ask is that you bring your paper with you and you put it so that everybody can see what your group is. So if somebody's wandering by, they go, oh, that's what the group is, I want to join. Okay, so everyone in 1, come up here and say, okay, we're going to be talking about this, and we're going to be meeting over here, or we're going to be meeting over there, okay? So.
Maybe there be 1, 2, and 3. This is heavy traffic here, but if there are 3 spaces in this room, and then there are 2 or 3 spaces over there, so the leader can decide where to set up.
Oh, and the leader should come up here, grab that, also grab a piece of paper and some markers. Okay, so. They're responsible to figure that out. Okay, so whoever in first one, there, great. Scream it out again. We're meeting over.
Okay, so the group for this topic, how do we use AI for mythological studies? 1A, we are meeting over here.
Oh, don't worry about the names. They know who they are. Who's 1B?
Yeah. Sorry, so we are 1B on disability education. We would be at that side of the room.
We will be talking about how to address phishing and hacking of personal information. We will be sitting over there. In that corner, right. Okay. Thank you.
No, that's the second time period. And 1D. Use of AI, personal career counseling. Is that you?
I have proposed the topic of use of AI in personalized career counseling.
Yeah. What the topic is, and then who was talking, and take notes. Okay, so that's 2 time periods away. So that will be. So you're free to move. That'll be about 12:40. So right now, you don't have. You can go to one of the other groups. Give me the other card also. What time do you show? What time is it? 1 minute. If I have a commitment for 12 o'clock, I don't want to say it before 12. Okay, it's 12 o'clock. Groups should bring their reports and put them up on the wall here. And people who are leading a session in 2.
We are in the group, sir. No, I'm not the leader. She is the leader. She is the leader. Come here.
Okay, so what you want to do?
We are in the group.
Okay, so I'll invite people to.
Please call me. Thank you.
So we begin the second round. This is 2B. I would like to invite Dr. Shomnath Hajra, Dr. Anamitra Shaha Madam, Sharkar Madam, sorry ma'am, Shunanda ma'am, Dipannita, Shuranjana ma'am, Debanjana Mukherjee, Chandrani ma'am, Asma. I am not very.
You don't have to worry about telling everybody.
Okay.
Just read the topic and say where you're meeting.
It's the bridging the digital divide in rural and urban areas for higher education in science disciplines. We are sitting here.
Other people who are leading a topic, please come up here and grab your topic and invite.
Hello everyone, I'm Debanjana Mukherjee, and the topic was role of AI tools for empowering students with psychological crisis, social phobias and depression and etc. So I will request everyone to come to this corner. We are sitting here. Everyone who have selected 2D, kindly come. Okay.
People that wrote them down know who they are. 2C, 2E.
I'll be discussing how to increase student participation in classroom using AI. We'll discuss over there in that table.
Respected faculty members, those who have chosen 2C, AI in developing entrepreneurial skills, with regard to global relevance. Obik sir, Debarati madam, Shomrat sir, Manili madam. We'll sit here in the next 8 o'clock. Okay. হ্যালো, একটা অঘটন ঘটিয়েছি, সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমার ওই যে ডায়েরিটা যেটা সবার কাছে আছে, উপরে আমি একটা এএস লিখেছিলাম, লিখে ওটা হারিয়েছি। কারোর কাছে কি মানে কোনো কারণে কি কোনো টেবিলের উপরে লেখা আছে এরকম কিছু রয়েছে? কোন টেবিলে রয়ে গেছে যদি একটু দেখেন। আজ সেটা খুব দরকারি, কারণ ওটা আমার পুরো লিস্টটা করেছিলাম ভ্যালিডিক্টরি সেশনের জন্য। ব্যাগটা দেখেছি, ব্যাগের মধ্যে নেই। কারোর ব্যাগে পুরে দিয়েছি সেটা কিনে যায় না গতবার। So I've lost my diary. That is the reason I'm looking for it. It's important for me for my valedictory session.
Okay.
कुश मालिनी बासु अच्छा अच्छा डॉक्टर अदिति शाह अच्छा इसमें अदिति शाह
ना 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 मालिनी मालिनी मालिनी
डॉक्टर अदिति शाह डॉक्टर अदिति शाह Binita Ghosh.
One way I judge a group is how much they create a circle. let's try to pull this into a full circle here, or at least a good oval. Can I have some people come over here? I see someone sitting in the back there. Maybe we can have, maybe you can move over to this side. Okay, in open space, we always open in a circle and we close in a circle. That's sort of, you know, we've all had a chance to go out and be in these different conversations, but it allows us to come to back together. We oftentimes, or usually, we don't do presentations back, which I know a lot of people have, you know, a practice of that. You have small groups and then the small groups present back. But if you look at how many groups that we have, you know, the first 5 or 6 presentations would be sort of interesting. By the time we get to the 10th or 12th, you start finding yourself falling asleep a little bit. So what we do, say in a large group or a long-term one, we might do something where we have the group walk and read through. But in this case, we'll just have them up there, and you'll be able to take a look at them. I noticed some people had already been taking pictures, which is, you know, this is a big change from 15, 20 years ago when I first started doing this. Our cameras couldn't do things like that. But what I will also be doing is creating a document with this and be sending it back to all the participants here, so you have a memoir of what has been happening. The other thing we oftentimes do is, in the circle, is just give a little bit of time, so if anybody has something that they want to say to the whole group, this is the time to say it. It's not a report back thing, but if if you were moved by something or had something that you think the group needs to hear or you would like the group to hear, and we often use a talking stick. In this type of situation, the talking stick is a microphone. So what I'll do is put it up in the center here, and anybody who, or actually I think there's one there right now. If you have something you'd like to say to the group at this point, you're welcome to go in there and pick up and then place it back. And we'll have about 7 minutes for doing this. So anybody who wants to say, put mine here also. I'll tell you one of the little tricks is the reason why we put it up there is that it forces the person who's about to talk to stand up and quiet themselves as they walk, and then they speak from the center rather than speaking. So you can walk back again, but that would give them more time also. So anyway, That's just, but since you have it, you're welcome to talk.
Is this working? Yeah. There are two takeaways for me from this, two very important, there are several actually, there are two very important takeaways for me. One is creating and maintaining a growth mindset which should be there for life, at least as long as we teach students, because we need to constantly upgrade, update ourselves. And number two, which has been disturbing me for quite some time, is the ethical aspects, which we have discussed, nonetheless I'm mentioning it, the ethical side of AI, which both students, children and adults or teachers tend to misuse. And this is kind of a temptation, I would say. And children and adults are tempted alike to misuse, abuse, and not use AI. So this is one point that has made me think a lot. That's it.
I was framed. Actually, when I was the last person joining the workshop, actually. So I thought that we have a time for 2 days to learn new things, and I thought that some AI softwares will be introduced, or applications, we will get hands-on training on this. So that is what I have thought previously. But actually, what I have got from here is the mindset, you know, and a lot of bright faces are here, and actually they are bright in different places. So when I meet like-minded people who are going to address this kind of imbibing AI in our daily teaching learning method, so there are a lot of problems. People are thinking about it. So what are the problems? And what will be the probable solutions? So we thought about it. And now now we will go to our daily teaching process, and then there we will see that our teaching method will be different, because now we are a bit tuned with this AI thing. So the best takeaway from this workshop for me is a positive mindset to address AI to students. First of all, you cannot deny it. Why? Because big corporate houses are funding it. We are nobody. So you have to take it. You have to swallow it. So again, it is solving our problems. So it is solving our problems. We know in which cost, and it is funded by big corporate houses. So it will be here. So take it and do things accordingly. And actually I am very thankful to Scottish Church College, because whenever new ideas come, it arranges this kind of workshops. We did like service learning previously, soft skills, and now AI is getting prevalent, so they are also helping us to get tuned to it. Thank you all.
Yeah, my reflection based on the short time. Yesterday, I have many negative points about AI. So this AI is not good for creativity, for the student aspect. So mostly as a teacher, I and our groups are very focused about the AI is not very bad because of it is not a physical interaction with the students, so students are become delaying the classes, so many things. So today, our perspective just changed. Rather, most of the points and we gather the help of AI. I mean, in future, we need the AI and the AI tools, AI software based, and finally we conclude that AI has both aspects. We can use and misuse. Like the old age, we use stone for fire. Now we use the laser point for firing. So we change our mindset and for our benefit. So like AI, we need to get the good benefit. So this is the our institutional aspect and for this training, and we thank for the mindset. Like Vivek said, our mindset should be like that. We need to use the AI for ourselves, not for the bad aspect. Like we use the knife also. That knife can use a bad purpose and good purpose. So we will use the AI for our good purpose in future. This I learned from this workshop. Thank you.
So before coming to this workshop, frankly, AI was something that I keep reading about, that I keep hearing about. But in my field, humanities, I must confess, I haven't used AI in that way. I must say that I have actually learned the use of AI from my students, actually. So they come up with very inventive ways to make fools out of us, basically, using AI. So it's my learning paradigm has been coming from my students. So now I think after this workshop, I have also learned a little bit about AI, and what I really liked is this pure learning process. I think as teachers, as educators, we should not only be speaking all the time, we should also try to hear more, especially from our own fraternity. And I think this workshop was an excellent opportunity to hear from our own fraternity, and I think to understand what we are all thinking about AI, bounce our ideas of each other. And yeah, in these 2 days, I've learned new things. Just now, Shamradda said about artificial dissection, which I had no idea about, and I'm fascinated now. So yeah, so it has been enriching for me as a teacher, as well as a student and a human being, and I thank the organizers for it. Thank you.
At the outset, I would like to thank Scottish Church College and St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College for giving us, Loreto College, this opportunity to participate in this very enriching FDP. Like many others, I also had this constant fear whether AI, which is I was discussing in my group, because I am not very tech savvy, to what extent I will be able to utilize AI tools in my teaching learning process. But over the 2 days, 1.5 days, I have now realized that since AI is inevitable, I as an educator, we as educators, we will definitely have to adapt ourselves to help our students sustain, to help our students have a better impact and a greater impact in the global economy. So without AI tools, for example, because in our syllabi now, under CCF, we have a paper which talks about skill-based education, where Sir was yesterday focusing on project-based learning. And we have Power BI and Power Query, which was not there in our syllabus so long. So it's all about, so when I heard the name, I said, oh, I know, I have heard the term AI, artificial intelligence, but what is BI? Then gradually attending workshops, I came to know that is business intelligence. Creating a dashboard, how I can visualize data, how I can put data and have a visual impact for the students, and how the business sector is elaborately using this. So definitely the biggest takeaway for me is I still have a certain amount of fear within me whether I will be able to use AI-assisted tools for the benefit of my students, but I am definitely a little more confident than what I was before I attended this FDP, and I am sure over the next few months, I will be able to upgrade myself for the benefit of my students. Thank you.
I appreciate those that have shared. Almost like people were talking that we're ending the program. We're still here for a few more hours, and we hope to go to even further. I have, my particular thing is participation and demonstrating a few ways of enhancing that process. I have prepared some descriptions of the open space process and the World Cafe process I did yesterday, and I've put them over on the table there. And I've also included an article about a program that I had a chance to do with Salesian College about 10 years ago, which subsequently I got, Salesian College got a Facilitation Impact Award for the work that was done there. And so that just helps you see a little, hear about a story about someone using facilitation. In this case, we did a 3-day program rather than just doing like a 3-hour program. Right now you did 3 hours. Oftentimes, open space, when done in a corporate or a large dialogue session, will be 2 or 3 days long. And so when we do a 3-hour one like we're doing now, we're sort of, it's an exploration, I tell people. If we do a 2-day program, then you start getting into strategies.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Okay.
Are you want to be the first group? Are you ready for first? Are you want to be the first group? Okay. 2 minutes.
So after lunch, very good afternoon to everybody. Brain was not working really after lunch. A sluggish brain. Okay, still the duty is given, so we have tried our best in a group to make it, and now I am presenting on behalf of the group. So we are asked to design a course using the sophisticated AI tools. The course we have tried to design is undergraduate course in data science and AI. The points to design the course we have to follow are the following. Target group, the CO and PO of the course. We know what do you mean by CO and PO because we have done some work regarding the NAC report. The syllabus, the infrastructure, selection of the candidates for this particular course, AI projects based on data science, guidelines for PBL, The financial aspect, hands-on training on AI platforms like Pandas, NumPy, PyTorch, etc. Activities for students, real case studies with data analysis and its social impact. Yes. Yes. Finish. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Hello.
2 minutes.
Sure. So, this is an already existing course on hazard management under the CCF curriculum of the University of Calcutta. So, based on this course, the first unit deals with the theoretical aspect of hazard management, the concept of risk, vulnerability, capacity building, resilience, all of those. And the second unit deals with a hazard specific case studies. Okay, so depending upon the various natural and man-made hazard, we have this course already ready. Now, based on this, we have designed practical outcome of project-based learning, which I'm going to show you. Just so the objectives of this project report will be provide the students opportunity to do case studies based on their theoretical learning, allow students to have individual perceptions on hazards which they experience in their neighborhood or in the city, and let the students form team and design an implementable hazard management plan.
Their design is to Their problem is to design and implement a hazard migration plan. That's their project. Who's here?
Yeah, we have actually designed a small part of the syllabus which is dedicated to ELT, English language teaching. Though the whole syllabus is a pretty large one, but we have devised a project to focus on one particular component of the syllabus, and that is teaching the students the difference between language acquisition and language learning. The objective would be to assess which is the better method, acquisition or learning, as which is the better method of acquiring language skills. The project would be like the students of the same level would be divided into 2 groups, and one group, the first group, will be exposed to listening exercises, and every day after the exercise is over, they will be given an activity and the assessment of that activity. This activity as well as the listening exercises can be given through AI. And the other group would be a more controlled group where standard textbook teaching will be done from standard grammar textbooks. And the activities that the students would be made to do at the end of the day would be the same. The 2 groups will be doing the same activities. It is at the end of the course, which is about, say, which would be roughly about 3 months and maybe 2 hours every week, that the 2 groups will be interacting, and here the assessment would be done on which group, the one which has acquired and the one which has learned, who would be the more effective communicators. That's what the project would be, and through that we can make the students aware of, and in a more realistic manner, the difference between language acquisition and language learning.
we belong to the economics fraternity, and therefore we have a development economics paper in semester 3, where we have financial inclusion as one of our units. So our course is going to be on financial inclusion, where we have identified 3 broad objectives. First is empowerment of rural women. Second is reduction of poverty. And the third one is development of entrepreneurial ability of women and skill upgradation through financial inclusion. Now, the procedure that we will be adopting for this project-based learning for our students, for the first one, that is empowerment of rural women, we will be choosing 3 districts, and within the districts we will be again classifying the data. The data will of course be secondary data, because it will not be possible for the students to go to the village, to go to the rural area. So we will be taking the data from NABARD. NABARD has very segregated and classified data, so we will be taking the data from NABARD. And we are going to, again, among the 3 districts, divide the data into 2 broad categories. One will be the treatment group, where the women have got the SAG loan, and the second group is the control group, where they haven't received any loan. And then we are going to make a comparative appraisal to see what exactly has been, or whether there has been any empowerment of women across the 3 districts. If there has been empowerment of women, and then we make a comparative appraisal, we will try and find out data to see whether that is sustainable or not. But we are not, just now we are not sure about the fact whether we'll be able to do that much. And regarding and that will take care of the second objective, that is reduction of poverty. And the other one that we thought of is development of entrepreneurial ability of women and skill upgradation through financial inclusion. Here again, we thought of identifying those 3 districts, or taking those 3 districts into consideration, and look into the fact whether the SAG loans disbursed via the PACS, Primary Agricultural Credit Societies, they have actually led to any new registration of enterprises. Whether any new enterprise or any new entrepreneurial activity has taken place in that particular district or not, we will try and collect the data regarding what training has been provided to the rural women. So, thank you.
So our title of the project is student health, and so yes, the title is the growing burden for public lifestyle disease, student health, or the growing burden of lifestyle disease. A student, particularly we are based on the students and the public. Public means our non-teaching staff and teaching staff. So the content is how the lifestyle from morning to till night. What are the lifestyle, particularly for the food habits, and what is the nature of their behavioral change. The 2 group. One is the mental health. The student can analyze the mental health, how to talk, how to behave between students and among the teacher students, and how the teachers also deal with the students by the food habits from the physical aspects and from the mental aspects. Physical means we have a lots of fast food, and the food habits change, very consume foods which are over-consuming, overeating. So these are the things, and particularly obesity increases for the early child, how it grows in the mental and the physical. So this will be analysis based on the 2 diseases, means mental health disease and the lifestyle, particularly the physical health, for the obesity and other type of diseases. So based on the project will be submitted by the students among the group and the colleges, the community, and the outreach program will be done on the other colleges, means how they are also doing the same things based on their lifestyle. So based on the analysis, the plot or pie chart will be done. Following means that how the lifestyle disease may grow in future also, how they affects their health, mental and physical. Thank you.
Thank you very much. These are all very exciting projects, and we will have a report. I will send you another email that tells you what I need in the report, the name of the coordinator, a little bit of what you said, the date of the next meeting. I'll send all that to you within 24 hours. I'm complete.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, that's great. And thank you for bringing this to us. These are interesting courses, right? And they combine a concern for service, impact in the society, but have academically rigorous methodology in them. And I think this is student engagement. This is beautiful. So thank you. I'd love to take these courses and learn more here. Our final session is an exercise about consensus, kind of wrapping up what we've had these 2 days. Mark is going to be leading it. We're going to move into new groups, a final sorting of groups. This is, in a sense, out of our academic discipline groups where we've been now, into a kind of random group. So I'm going to ask you, you'll be familiar with this, could you just count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then all the ones will. What? 6. Oh, more.
6 groups of 5.
6 groups of 5. So we need. So one. Count off 1 to 6, and all the ones together, all the 2s together, that sort of thing. Let's see if it works. Could we start with you, please? 1, 3, 4. Who's 1? Are you 1? No, 1. 1. 6. 1, right. 2, 3. 6. 1. Who's 1? You're 1? Yeah? Well, try it out. 1. Are you in a group? Okay, it doesn't matter. 1? Are you 1? 2. I know this is challenging. 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Good mathematics skills. 1, 2. 4. Who's 4? 4. You are 4? 6. All right. Everybody has a number? From 1 to 6? All right. May I ask everyone to stand up, please? Okay, now remember your number? Okay. Could we? Now we have groups of 5. Most are groups of 5, right? So I would like all ones. Could ones group here? If you, yeah, only ones in this corner. So the physics and math have to leave. Okay. Okay, over here. Number 2s over here, please. Number 2s? All number 2s. Could number 2s raise your hands, please? Okay. You stay here, and you're going to attract everybody to number 2. Number 3s over here. 3, please. 3 over here. All 3s. 4. 4, 5, and 6 over here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is right. This is 1. You are 2s. You're 2s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s. Okay. And this, you want a circle, please? Please, circle. These are you all 3s? This is circles. 3. Yeah. Now this is 4. Okay, could we have a nice, beautiful circle for 4? I mean, 4 I know is a kind of clunky, squarey number, but I want a round 4, right? And And you're number 6. So is this 5?
You go to this.
You're 5s? You're 4s. Oh, this is 4s. We have to divide here between 4 and 5, right? Could you come? Could you come together, please? Okay, could we have a circle? Could we create a circle somehow? Could you come?
Now we have heterogeneous groups. Right? We come from different disciplines. We come from different colleges. Right? We've had different conversations. Maybe you know everybody already, but maybe not everybody. But by the end of this session, you will really have had a conversation with everybody in the room of some meaningful aspect of the conversation. Over 2 days, you will know something about everyone. That's a good objective. Please, Mark, you're on.
Okay, what we're going to be doing is what we call a consensus workshop. We're going to give you a question, have you brainstorm individually, then share with your group, and write on cards, and we'll organize them and figure out what commonalities we have, and have a name with it. At the end of an hour, we should, hour 15 minutes, we should have sort of pulled together our understanding of consensus around the question. And the question that we have is, what can we do to ensure proper utilization of AI in Christian higher education? How can what can we do to ensure proper utilization of AI in Christian higher education? So, everyone should pull out a blank piece of paper, maybe open your notebook to a blank page. Get a pen if you want a pen. You have your notebooks. Grab your notebooks, grab a blank piece of paper. Each one of you are going to brainstorm. Blank piece of paper. Each person should get one. Get your own notebook. Get your own notebook or blank piece of paper. It's going to start out as an individual brainstorm. Everyone get This is going to be individual brainstorm. Okay, somebody else give me an idea.
One of your ideas here.
You assignment students getting afternoon using assignments using AI. Okay. Hold it now. You got the idea. I'm going to be giving you some cards. Okay. 6 cards. What you're going to do is, in your small group, share your ideas and write 5 to 6 cards. Okay, so one idea per card.
Exactly.
Did you see my? And let me tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. One person, one person. read all your ideas and pick the 6 best ideas. Okay, don't do it one person. Share your all your ideas and choose the best one. One idea per card. Hello? 5 to 7 words. Don't write an essay. 5 to 7 words. One idea. Hello? Hello? Okay. Write large so everybody can see it. And most importantly, include a verb. These are actions. What is the action that you're suggested that we do? Use a verb. One group has finished the cards. You should be writing your cards by now. Where are the cards? When I say clearest, it means when other people read it, they will understand what you're suggesting. So choose the most clear. Give me 2 cards. Choose the 2 most clear. That's 3 to 5 words. Actually, I said 5 to 7, right? What type of routine activities are you suggesting? Add 3 more words to clarify what you're talking about. microphone is so bad. Okay.
আমাদের চুজ করতে হবে না, ওরা দুটো চুজ করে নেবে থেকে।
Just this. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here. We have organized a seminar for students on AI. Give assignments to students requiring using AI. Hello? Preparing AI-based teaching learning module. Make students aware of IPR for ethics use of API, or of AI. Teach students to write appropriate prompts for generative AI like ChatGPT. Create ethical boundaries. When you say that, what are you suggesting doing?
Ethical boundaries.
How would you create,
What's the activity?
Okay, but how do you create ethical boundaries? I'm just trying to imagine.
What's the activity?
As we are talking about Christian higher education institutes, so we do have a provision for value education. I think most of our colleges impart value education. So as a part of it, we can implement how ethical boundaries can be maintained in AI utilization.
Through value education.
Through value education.
Value
We
education.
have a
Great ethical balance through value education. Because there are value education protocols in place. So, they know how to do that.
Okay, this helps clarify. Weather prediction for rural areas.
Weather prediction in rural areas.
I'm not quite sure what are you going to be creating weather predictions or?
Study patterns of weather and then kind of help in predicting for the hills.
Oh, so you're saying utilizing AI. So it's like utilize AI for weather predictions.
Getting the students to predict the weather using AI.
Okay. AI for remedial teaching. Okay, if we look across here, are there any two that seems to be talking about the same thing or very similar? Same intent. Organize seminars.
This ethical use of AI is related to these two seem to be related.
Okay, tell me, if you want to come up move a little closer, you can see it better.
Maybe because it's hard. Can you see?
Any other pairs? Is this give assignments for requiring use of AI, similar to this teach them to do appropriate prompts?
This would be a part of that. I mean,
So these two might go together?
I think they go together.
Okay. Okay, let's get some more. We will use AI for constructing evaluation mechanisms that are customized to the learning needs of the students.
I think that goes under preparing teaching learning module.
Okay. Did this all come from one group?
No, I was. No, I think.
What? How many did you give me? 2. Oh, okay. The other one must come somewhere else. Spreading awareness of cybersecurity while using AI.
That's, I think, IPR and boundaries. Is that way?
IPR for ethical use, boundaries, IPR is.
AI-enabled AV-assisted classrooms for students.
Somebody else gave.
Which one? Teaching learning module. Compare attractive teaching aids. I'm wondering if that second one is going to be a couple of things actually in there. Introduce special courses for students on generative AI tools.
I think that will be the organized seminar or
Organize this one.
that's the first part.
Right here?
We want to organize awareness workshops telling students about the danger of AI.
That's the, I think that overlaps the first and fourth group.
Is that more here?
This is the boundaries, ethical boundaries. Danger, cyber security, danger.
Okay, look at your cards and give me 2 of the most different. Right. Well, most different from what's up here.
What you already have written and brainstormed.
Okay.
What we have,
Can you give me 2? 2 most different. 2 most different.
Things that you brainstormed. And the first thing was what was most clear.
So,
The second
2 most different. Well, the one that's most not overlapping. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Let me throw the ups. Hands-on training in AI for teachers and students. What was that? Someone say something? So this is hands-on teaching on AI for teachers and students. You guys even see this? Welcome to Move Over. We will apply for government funds to facilitate AI-based collaborative teaching and learning. Institutional collaboration on AI. What does institutional collaboration on AI mean? Between?
Collaboration between different institutions.
Okay.
Who are practicing in a best AI to take up their best practices.
So where does this go?
It's an independent section.
We will use the learner management system of the college. So where does that go? Oh, teaching, learning. Is that?
Yes, you can take that.
Use of AI for career counseling.
I think this is independent. This is, I think, very unique. Career counseling is not remedial teaching. That's, I think, career counseling. AI for career counseling.
এটা AI generated sound. এইটা অন আছে।
Implement AI-based assessment system. Develop required sources for implementing AI. What type of resources are we talking about here?
I think that goes with
What type of resources are we talking about?
we need computers, we need
Infrastructure.
infrastructure.
Yes. Because many colleges and institutions are in a rural setting.
Not that our colleges will have those kind of
Okay, so where might that go?
I think that's government funds. We apply for government funds.
Hands-on training for teachers and students with open source AI.
That's in the second group.
All right, that's the same thing. AI-assisted research tools to be implemented.
Research tools. For students.
Like over here, right prompts and requiring use of AI.
Yeah.
These two, I sort of don't like to leave orphans in here. Where do you think? Utilize AI to create weather predictions for remote areas. Institutional collaboration, do they fit into any of the other groups?
Institutional collaboration can go for the proposed group where we are developing resources.
Is it here? That's helpful. Is this sort of like an assignment for students?
Could be a project based.
That's a learning project or something like that? So would you think that might go into this one?
No, but that should
It can come into value addition also.
What?
Value addition.
No, value addition. This is value addition. This is value education, not just addition.
Weather reports?
Yeah, they
Creating
assignment, yes.
A sort of assignments and, that sort of. Okay. This one here, prepare AI-based teaching learning modules. We'll use AI for constructing evaluation mechanisms that are customized to the learning needs of the students. And it'll assisted classrooms can prepare attractive teaching aids, implement a assessment grading system, use some AI in learner management system. Is that one thing or are there two things in there? I just want to double check. Okay, look at your remaining cards. Decide which group you think they should go in.
remaining. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have one that's going in 8? Well, we also had a suggestion that they were related. How would these be related? The goal has to be about caring for the students.
These are specific.
Okay, let's take a look at these. Let me have everybody stand up and move closer. One thing that we found is that
bring your chairs.
Selecting students' feedback through using AI. No, that's not. Okay, we're not going to go to 9. Collecting student feedback using AI. Where would we put that? This group is going to have to split, I can tell you. Give AI-based assignments. Develop ethical guidelines for AI usage. That's what 6. Your ethics, you say 6. Assign AI-based projects. Frame policy document for adopting use of AI.
That's a policy.
That's institutional policy. That should go first.
That's this one. So the broader into the required resources, government funding.
What institutions need to do.
That's what's up like there. Circulating study materials for using speech to text.
That's a practical application.
And this is 3. 3 is tough.
Very AI.
Okay, we're now going to go into trying to name these groups by what is it telling us that we should be doing. So first, we usually start with the largest one. So preparing AI-based teaching and learning modules, we'll use AI to construct evaluation mechanisms and customize student learning needs of students. AI enables assisted classrooms for students. Can prepare attractive teaching aids. Use the learning management system of the college. Give out the AI-based assignments to assess learning with students. Collecting students' feedback using AI. implement AI-based assessment and grading, circulating materials through use of speech and text. Is there one piece of
Is it AI
evaluation?
applications? AI applications for teaching learning?
Yes.
All of them, is that right? AI applications for teaching learning.
Is evaluation, should that be split out? Or?
Evaluating students, that's part of the
That's a reasonably important issue.
It's assessing student performance using AI.
I know, I'm just trying to, oftentimes we find that sometimes making distinctions means to see, this sort of becomes all that we're supposed to do, and then
It's too big.
So what do you say? That this is
AI applications for
Teaching
teaching learning. Teaching learning
and evaluation.
and evaluation. This is a collective. We have a brain here.
So are you saying that we should be developing them, or are we saying utilizing them, or
Requiring. Some can be acquired, some can be developed in-house. That's a big
Okay. Teach students to write appropriate prompts for generative AI. Give assignments to students requiring using AI-assisted research tools to be implemented. Utilize AI to create weather predictions for remote areas. Assign AI projects.
So this is project-based learning, I think it would be here, using AI.
Let's let them. Yes. What would you call that? Yes. What? AI-based, project-based learning?
Yes, yes.
PBL using AI.
Okay. Create ethical boundaries to evaluate education, make students aware of IPR for ethical use of AI, spreading awareness of cybersecurity, want to organize awareness and workshop, telling students about the danger of AI, develop ethical guidance for AI use. So what does that tell you to be doing?
Addressing ethical issues. Okay.
Apply for government funds to facilitate AI-based collaborative teaching and learning. Develop required resources for implementing AI. Institutional collaboration on AI. Frame policy document for adopting use of AI.
Funding and capacity.
Capital building, you said?
Capacity.
Capacity.
Funding and capacity.
That's part of
How about institutional capacity building? Is that Hands-on training on AI for teaching the students, hands-on training for teaching the students. Teachers training AI. Organize a seminar of students, special courses for students, energy. This could almost be one group here, one for teacher, one for students. What do you think? Training for AI. What?
The activity almost the same, or is it a different activity?
It's really same. Like what is AI?
I get if you actually organize it, you probably could have the same person doing both those activities.
Yeah.
So I'd sort of tend to put that together with this one. I know someone doesn't like it, but I really think these should be in one group.
Remedial teacher careers.
Okay, but how is it the same? It's using help to support your students. Whether it's remedial or whether it's Thank you. How about student support using AI? Does that work? Student support using AI. Okay. What are we doing for time?
We have two.
Oh, I have more time than this. Okay. Let me read through these again. Okay. Let me read through these again because I know my handwriting is terrible. Training in AI for students and teachers. Let me read through these again because I know my handwriting is terrible. Training in AI for students and teachers. Applying AI. Applying AI applications for teaching and learning. Institutional capacity building. AI-based, project-based learning. And student support using AI. Which of those would be really easy to do? Well, this one is easy. Okay, this is most necessary. Which one? This one is hard.
Easy, hard, important, less.
Which one will have the most impact? Which one is not easy? Oh, the third one. Well, that's why I put a little negative sign here. Not easy. Which one has the most impact? Which ones can you implement quickly? Okay. Five, and then which was the other one that could be implemented quickly? This one? Okay, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we make a little implementation arrow, what should be the leading thing? What should be the supporting things? For higher education. Is this your leading thing? This is a... Okay, so we lead with, and then what would be the supporting ones? Do you think that's at this level? Applying applications. I don't know, does that make sense? Let's take a... So, lean drivers training is first thing you do is get the students and teachers get trained up in this stuff. And you really include it into your learning process. Well, this one is sort of like you can get go and do that pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, that is something which is very essential. Otherwise, nothing follows.
And these, using it yourself and then institutional capacity, and these things sort of support are important. I don't think we're not sort of saying anything is not important. We've already identified these things are important, but just give ourselves a little bit of priority around it. Okay. What do you want to do with this? You just took an hour to create this little model. I will type this up and send it back to you. So, I know some people have already started taking pictures.
All the participating institutions will have this.
Yep.
Because this is designed by the participants.
And part of the reason why we put this in here was we know that there's lots of different ideas around. This was an attempt to give you a little bit of, it's not us giving you structure, it's you creating your own sort of structure about where you have some agreement about what needs to be focused on. And maybe that can help you as a group and with your other colleagues in sort of focusing how you move forward. But at this point, if we were in a longer workshop seminar, I'd be creating breakout groups to brainstorm how to take each one of these and come up with action plans, things like that. We don't have time to do that today, but within your own discussion group, maybe you'll choose to do that, or maybe this will help you in choosing your own priorities. Thank you. Well, I'll change my hat to a facilitator teacher. This is called a consensus workshop, and it's part of the technology of participation developed by the Institute of Cultural Affairs. And the way I describe it is oftentimes we get stuck because we get caught up in our disagreements. What we do in this process is we sort of discern where our agreements are and build that agreement, and then we come up with, so in here, we never ask, is this right or wrong? This is, each one of these was somebody in this room thought this was important enough to write it on a paper. But the question then becomes, how does it fit together? How does this sort of puzzle that makes enough sense? I'll also say, I've done a lot of these over my life. And some days, we'll do it and it will instantly make sense to me. And sometimes I'll walk away sort of a little bit frustrated, like, I thought this piece should have been over there, and I thought that, but then we'll type it up, we'll hand it back, I'll look at it a day or two later. I'm like, wow, that's really good. So, we'll type this up, we'll send it back to you, take a look with fresh eyes and see how this fits into and helps your understanding of where your institution, where your colleagues in the Christian education in India fit together. Thank you.
That we can proceed in this way. That's the difficult thing, and that's why I find this process very important and imaginative and often difficult.
Sir, you are the originator of this process, whole process.
What?
You are the originator of this whole process.
The originator is a group called the Institute of Cultural Affairs, and this is part of what's called the technology of participation. And so this is called a consensus workshop. and specifically to allow a group to pull together their thinking. And we have 3 different versions, really. One is sort of like vision or values types of workshops. So you can say if we were going to do this, coming up with ethical values, we might do a brainstorm on what are the values and things like that. And so one is that, which is sort of pulling together ideas. Another is a vision. Where do we want to go, or what do we? And we can brainstorm that. And then there's a contradiction, which is what is blocking us. So if we have a vision, what can we do to block? And then this is sort of, we got here was more sort of implementation. What sort of, I asked you what sort of actions you were taking. So I was trying to get that leverage. Anyway, I can share more material, or maybe we could come back and do another workshop at some point. No, we were sort of saying that they could take it and figure out what to do with next. That if I did this on a longer period, we would have separate breakouts and try to come up with actually implementation things. Now that we've identified these arenas, try to come up with things that you can actually do within your particular schools. But this gives you a rough structure for that thought process.
So this is really blending the AI issues, the participation as a process, right? So participation and AI are both in here, and that's a kind of synthesis.
Let's have everybody stand up. Stretch your hands up. Stretch it down. Are we finishing now, or? Okay. We're going to take a tea break. So for 15 minutes.
It is time for a closing ceremony. The closing ceremony will begin on a happy note. Shuhita Dhar from Scottish Church College will be performing a dance to make this closing day special for us. Shuhita.
गाहे पिक कुहु कुहु कुंजवने दुहु दुहु दोहर पाने छाय युवन मद बिलसित पुलके हिया उलसित अवशतनु अलसित मुरछे जनो जा जो सखी मोह तिलक सब चीनी रे मोसे नैना मिलाई के 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 सब कुछ मोरा चीनी रे मोसे नैना मिलाई के छाप तिलक सब चीनी रे मोसे नैना मिलाई के खुसरो निजाम के खुसरो निजाम
लाल तक दिख गे तड़ान राधा मुस्कान जात धाकड़ तक धुंकड़ तक गे तड़ान ना दिग 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 ना दिग 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 ना दिग 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 थे दिग दिग ता थे तत थे आ थे तत थे 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 तत दिन 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 जात जात तट 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 यमुना तट कुंज कुंज भटक भटक धातिट धान धा धातिट धान धा विरहिणी राधा
सुनल सुनल बालिका सुनल सुनल बालिका राख कुसुम मालिका सुनल सुनल बालिका राख कुसुम मालिका कुंज कुंज फेरनु सखी कुंज कुंज फेरनु सखी श्याम चंद्र नाही रे
हाथों से हृदय न जोड़ूंगी बैरी बांसुरी की धुन पे ना नाचूंगी रूठी हूँ अब ना मानूंगी ना ना रूठी हूँ अब ना मानूंगी ना ना कान्हा कान्हा तो से हृदय न जोड़ूंगी मेरी बांसुरी की धुन पे ना नाचूंगी शाम ढले पर शाम न आए हृदय की पीड़ा कहत न जाए शाम ढले पर शाम न आए हृदय की पीड़ा कहत न जाए बिरहा की मारी में जमुना के बिरहा की मारी में जमुना चंचल हृदय में कैसे धरूं धीर कान्हा 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 तो से हृदय न जोड़ूंगी मेरी बांसुरी की धुन पे ना नाचूंगी
Thank you, Shuhita, for this wonderful performance. You've added a touch of color after a whole day invested in sessions on AI. Moving on, I would invite Dr. Supratim Das, Vice Principal of Scottish Church College, to please share a summary of the two-day FTP Faculty Development Program.
A very good afternoon. Really, it's my great pleasure to think about the experiences that all of us had during the last 2 days, today and yesterday. And particularly when I first heard that an international workshop will be organized here in this college, choosing a very intriguing and extremely significant theme, which to my mind is going to be the order of the day, AI native education and its participatory paradigm. And as far as responses from our coordinators, our 3 coordinators are concerned, the workshop has been very successful. The word successful can be used here like a covering letter that is usually sent to a government office. Why do I say this? Because in India, and especially in this state, a covering letter is a letter which says everything, which says nothing. But truly, considering judging by the very comprehensive engagement of our participants, 36 participants representing 16 institutions, including ours, considering their very comprehensive, intense engagement in the workshop, judging by the very rich sessions, interactive sessions, presentations, discussions, questions, and so many other activities, truly the word successful should be used. Now there are too many questions. I'm not going into the details of these workshops because unfortunately I didn't have the opportunity or time to be present in any of the sessions. But this is particularly what I would like to emphasize here, is that two things are relevant. Number one, whatever have been discussed should be given a widespread, that is, the particular point of dissemination is very important. 36 participants. Now they have a duty, they have a responsibility to go for a wide dissemination, to share with students, to share with other faculty members, to share with bigger society wherever they are. Because AI is comparatively not just a new thing, it's a new challenge from one particular point of view and a great solution from another. Secondly, already it was very rightly pointed out by one of our, I would say, one of our well-wishers, Glenn Sheev, yesterday, that the resource persons, they actually are representing truly a wide canvas of the globe. South Asia, East Asia, Europe, and the United States. So it's not a small thing. But having said this, as a social scientist, I will take just 2-3 minutes more. I would share with you some of my observations, which may come a little bit bitter. We all know that AI, or artificial intelligence, it is now the most leading transformative force in the global landscape of knowledge and learning. And very rapidly it is getting integrated into various sectors, so much so that it has revolutionized the whole process. But one particular point that repeatedly comes to my mind is the question of cognitive imperialism in AI. There is a particular process of privileging and not privileging. So it is, I would call it a cognitive imperialism. How? This has, and this is a truth, historical truth. History is very cruel. that artificial intelligence has accelerated transformative changes, no doubt. But the trajectory, it has predominantly mirrored Western epistemological paradigms. And naturally, this has sidelined indigenous knowledge systems. This is an oversight. And this oversight actually can be manifested as cognitive imperialism in AI development, where the predominance of Western perspectives not only perpetuates bias, but restricts the evolution of AI into a truly inclusive and ethically grounded technology. Secondly, AI systems misinterpret or fail to acknowledge indigenous realities, leading to solutions that are, I must say, culturally insensitive. Thirdly, addressing this critical gap is essential. That is our duty for the development of AI technologies that are otherwise universally beneficial and ethically robust. So, I would address all here. It will be my appeal to everybody here that we need to advocate for the integration of diverse knowledge systems and focus on the discourse on AI ethics and inclusivity. The purpose should be to catalyze the development of AI systems that are not only culturally sensitive, but also responsive to the diverse needs of global communities. In other words, we must set a clear roadmap for the reader, and it is your duty, because you have been trained for 2 days, outlining the methodological approach and the potential impact of AI development. I'm very, very thankful to principal and others for inviting me to say just a few words. This was my humble submission. I am very grateful to our esteemed resource persons who have taken the trouble to come here. They have spent 2 full days braving the heat in Kolkata and other places. And I'm sure that this has been very successful. Because after all, a covering letter not only can say nothing, it can say everything also. Choice is ours, how we see. Thank you so much.
Coming back to the program, we are looking forward to feedbacks from participants. And I would like to invite Dr. Shamrat Bhattacharya to say a few words.
That we always maintain a very good standard in organizing any programs, and this is not any exception. But I would say that this has added to the feather on the cap of Scottish Church College, as well as our collaborators, St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College. I would begin by saying that AI is a vast area of study, no doubt, as we all know. And there are so many applications in AI. If you ask me that after these 2 days, do you know all these applications? Do you know how to use them in computers? I would say no. But I would say that through the different brainstorming sessions that we underwent, it was very important exercise for us to understand the context of each other, to understand the views which I lack, I don't have, but I have heard from my fellow colleagues who are here, and then to assemble those views with the differences and come up with a structure or a model which we all accept. I think that is the success of this program. I have heard many of my participants, they told me, I did not like it, maybe this should have been done in this way, because we are oriented in that way, you know. We are oriented to attend a workshop or a program or a seminar where the speaker will be standing on a podium and speak and we will be listening and having food and go back home. But this is a very different kind of a program, usually the programs organized by United Board or IHA, where you are not allowed to sit, but you are allowed maybe for a few time to exercise your brain and to brainstorm. We have forgotten to do that. That is the tragedy with us teachers or maybe administrators. We think that we know everything, but the world is changing so fast that time has come when keeping in context to the present scenario, we should exercise our brain to cope up with this changing time, because until and unless we shape ourselves, we train ourselves, it's very difficult to address the needs of our students, the Gen Alpha after the Gen Z. So I am really thankful to my institution as well as IHA, Father Vedam is here, for organizing and bringing the resource persons to us who have engaged us in discussions, deliberations. I would personally thank Glenn, Mark, Lorenz, Spencer and Verghese sirs. Thank you very much for your inputs, IHA, Father Vedam, and of course the lovely coordinators. They have worked really hard. I have seen them, because I still remember the first day when Principal Ma'am told me, Shamrat, we have got this and we have to do this in April. The date is fixed. So we discussed, the coordinators should be there, how we will do it, and today is the day when we are having the valedictory session. So I would like to thank all of you for coming to Scottish Church College, although this is not my vote of thanks, but on behalf of my college, since I have been asked to speak, I would like to thank the organizers, the resource persons, my principal, and all of you. It just, the 2 days, you know, it was like a family. We all discussed, we all shared with each other. There are various shortcomings are everywhere. But just like the model which we came in the end, you know, a consensus model wherein we can all work together. That is very important. And this will not only help you to work with AI, but will help you to work in your own institution whenever you are to deal with any of the problems. How to deal with the problem, with the differences coming together, forming a model wherein we all can say yes to that particular model. Thank you so much, and I am obliged to be part of this seminar. Thank you.
Dr. Partha Gangopadhyay, if you could share a few words with us.
Thank you, Scottish Church College, for giving me the opportunity of coming back to my alma mater. First of all, I should be confessing that when I saw the brochure of this workshop, actually I was, why I wanted to come here was because I had certain threats in my mind. And the threats regarding AI, I think this is something which we are now every day being exposed to. It's a disruptive technology. It is outdating the known methods of teaching and thereby perhaps somewhere outdating ourselves as faculties. One more thing which actually Shupratim sir has already talked about is that this is something which also came into my mind, that it's perhaps imposing one specific method of thought all over the world in a more wider manner than even internet could do. That's something which is also a disruptive thing with AI. And the other thing that I was concerned, or I'm still concerned with, is the digital divide that we have. I mean, it's not that, something which was talking about in the tea session, that it's not that easy to conduct these kind of workshops in Darjeeling as it would be in Kolkata, because there would be power cuts, there would be disruption in the internet, and the internet is not as powerful as we have here. So if AI really becomes the mode of education in future, well, that divide that is there between the metropolis and the periphery, that will widen perhaps. That's one of the concerns. These were the concerns with which I actually joined, and perhaps there was this attraction that I'm coming back to college where I studied, and so getting again the opportunity to study in the same college. That was there, of course. But then More why I came to this seminar is just to think what my colleagues all over the state and the country are thinking about, whether they are thinking in the similar lines that I am doing and threatened with regarding AI. But this experience was really wonderful in the sense that I'm not saying that, well, I am completely free of the fear of the disruption that AI would cause, but it has given me some kind of satisfaction or maybe a direction about how, like all technologies are ultimately in a way used and utilized by the humankind, by the human society. So this is, I mean, it is not a demon that we should be fearing too much. I mean, there are possibilities of how to garner it, how to restrict it to our use, and maybe with it to make learning more interesting and more useful for our learners. On the other hand, exposed to the ideas, now I can say that AI perhaps can be one of the tools to reach my students who are coming to Darjeeling having traveled about 3 hours on the hilly terrain. So AI could be that mode or that tool by which I can reach to that student who after 3 o'clock always tells that, well, sir, no more classes because we have to return home. So that's something which is one. The other thing is that thanks, a gratitude to the resource persons, not only for making us aware on what is AI, but also holding the workshop in such a manner by which we actually could learn certain techniques of conflict resolution. And this is perhaps, I think, a very important thing today. I mean, conflict is something which is everywhere and which is actually making the world more and more painful. And these methods of conflict resolution that we learned, especially from Mark, I'm really thankful. I was impressed. And these kind of resolution methods could actually be used not only at, I'm repeating what Shamrat said, that it's not only something which is applicable to AI, but also perhaps with any kind of conflict resolution which we can do not only in our institutions, but also with the college students, and make them aware of what is the power of collective consciousness, how collectively we can come to a consensus, how collectively we can have a decision which we all own ourselves and not something which is imposed from the top. Thank you once again, Scottish Church College, for arranging it. Thanks to the coordinators. You have been it's a wonderful arrangement. We had very great food. The tea came on time, so everything was extraordinary. I mean, this is actually, my college has lived up to its standards. It always does. And last but not the least, thanks to all the participants. I mean, this was again a very, very learning experience, because some of them like Vivek, and then there was Shubhadeep, there was Biplav, and so many of them. And this is one area where I know very little, and they had been, through the conversation that we had through these 2 days, I learned a lot from you. Thank you, my participants, my co-participants. Thank you once again, ma'am, for your leadership, for offering us such a wonderful opportunity to interact. Thank you.
Dr. Anuradha Mukherjee.
Thank you. I express my gratitude towards the organizers on behalf of all my peer participants. In this workshop, maybe we came with an expectation of learning AI technology, but what we learned really is something even more. What in the last session, evening's online session, we learned, padhate kaise hai? So we learned how to approach AI in different contexts, in the different diverse contexts that we are coming from. And today we are more equipped, more confident with approaching AI to our students. Thank you for these wonderful sessions. Thank to the resource persons, thank to the organizing colleges. Thank you so much.
Dr. Thirupathai Pothuraju.
Thank you, ma'am. So, to be honest, before I come here, so I used to use two AI, Meta AI and in WhatsApp. And when we search in Google, AI overview. So those are two things I knew. So I learned a broad spectrum of AI in this workshop, its uses and applications, and I learned many new things about how AI can be used in teaching learning, right? So I just want to briefly share what are the things I learned. AI native education and participatory paradigm. And in reimagining education session, so I learned education is a self-actualization and self-efficacy, right? So yesterday online session, we were thinking what are the different AI tools are there. So that was cleared in last online session. And we were equipped about digital fluency and AI literature and future readiness and Gen AI and other things. So altogether at the end of this program, so I can say that my perspective towards AI changed. Previously we used to think AI means, some negative things. So now we have a perspective that AI can be used in so many positive ways. So I thank you so much all the resource persons, Dr. Mark and Professor Vagis, Pantulakaran sir and Professor Lauren and Dr. Glenn and Professor Spencer. So thank you so much for equipping us in AI native education. So thank you so much Principal Ma'am and Scottish Church College and joint coordinators Dr. Sushmita Ma'am and Professor Pinaki and Dr. Anamika. So thank you so much. You are very friendly. And right from the beginning and before we came here also when we call, so they are very friendly to us and they have arranged a very good accommodation and they have taken care about us. Thank you very much. And myself and we have two participants from our college, St. John's College Agra, Dr. Ashi and myself. So we don't even know about this, but our principal sir, Professor S.P. Singh, so he encouraged us, he motivated us to attend this program. We thank sir. And at the end, I would like to give one feedback or suggestion we can say. We learn a overall view of AI. So my suggestion is in next workshops or FDPs, so if you plan training us in a specific AI tools, how to, let's say, how can we build assessment step by step in a specific area, so that will be useful for us. Thank you very much.
Dr. Shaburi Pramanik.
Thank you. I am from Bidyasagar University, Midnapur. Before coming here to attend this FDP, I thought that it is like other FDPs. That is, we came here and some AI tools would be taught to us. But after coming here, I found that it is much more different. Here we work in a small groups, we share our thoughts, we communicate with each participants, and the resource person always communicate, interact with us. I am very much enlightened with each of the session, and the most, I like the session most is the today's morning session, that is the open areas session, open space session. I thank you all the resource persons and Scottish Church College to organize such a nice FDP program. Thank you.
There's an announcement for the participants. Feedback form has been emailed to you. Please complete on the WhatsApp group. And you are requested to please send back the feedback form by today night. So moving on, now it's time for evaluation of the participants. And I know we were great, but yet I would I would request a feedback from Reverend Verghese Panthalukaran on behalf of the team.
In fact, it was a brave experiment on to implement the technology of participation, the consensus workshop, on a theme which is, according to Mark, you just told me, is a too broad a topic, AI native education. So it's not a, I think it's the first experiment you made, maybe, to use this technology of participation consensus workshop on this kind of technological theme. Am I right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then I was just thinking, we have in India a kind of argument. It's called Andha Gaja Nyaya. Andha Gaja Nyaya means, the story is very well known. 6 blind people wanted to explore an elephant. So one touched the leg of the elephant and said, it's a pillar. And another touched the tail. Yet another one touched the ear of the elephant and the trunk. All this, different ideas. We came with different concepts of AI altogether, how it affects, how it disrupts the education. And I don't know, you mentioned already your perceptions are actually changed, and we are proud of that. We are happy because we are agents for that kind of perspective change. But at the same time, you were actually doing this change. This is what is called participatory or technology of participation or consensus workshop. This is the I was also new to this, and I was also learning from, even though I'm one of the resource persons, I was also learning from this great luminaries who's using this particular technology for diverse situations, contexts. And I'm thankful to the other members of the resource team for that. And I consider this to be one of the important takeaway. And it is mentioned already by at least 2 of them. The major takeaway from this workshop will be not AI, rather the paradigm, participatory paradigm. How to resolve the developing consensus in the institution, or resolving the conflict, clarifying the conflict. So this paradigm is absolutely, really interesting, and we can apply. Especially, we are all equals. There's no distinction between resource persons, and we are all equally eligible to be resource persons. But when we come together to make a decision for an organization, now this participatory paradigm is something which, and rightly mentioned by you, this is the first takeaway, I imagine. And the second takeaway could be, AI collaboration that many of you have already said. How can we integrate AI into the different processes of education, including the teaching learning process, the assessment process, or the institutional management process? So these are wonderful. But, one important thing which will be just like this Andha Gaja Nyaya, we may know different aspects of it, and how the perception of this particular elephant, we should not miss this elephant. We have to, it's a brave concept of Indian philosophy that these 6 blind people can sit together and develop the concept of an elephant. We know that how difficult it could be, because one has the concept of elephant as a pillar. Another has the concept of elephant as a big lotus leaf, or like a broom. How can we put all these things together to make the concept of an elephant? It's not an easy job, you know that. So we have to really get deep into the individual interactions and deep interactions, and really getting the sense of others, so that we may be able to put things together to make a big picture of the elephant. It's a brave philosophical concept in India. I hope this was successful. Andha Gaja Nyaya worked in our place. But I have a small warning. The warning is that, as I already mentioned in my presentation, AI is not just something to be, just to be learned or integrated to these particular educational processes, but rather we have to develop resilience against AI. Because whatever AI tools can do is not human job, it is AI tools job. So if we prepare our students just by training them in these AI tools, they don't find a job. As simple as that. So therefore, we have to develop a kind of thinking skills. You should also imagine all these AI tools are having learning algorithm, and we are also teaching our students to learn. So there's a conflict between, or competition between, the learning of AI and the learning of our students. If the learning of our students are not greater than the learning of AI tools, they'll be redundant, because both are learning. AI tools are learning, students are learning. The question is whose learning is better, which is having an edge. And that is the critical point. I think you spoke about many, the sociological scenario of this evolution. But more importantly, I imagine if the students are not trained to better themselves and be masters of AI, I think they will not get a job. There's a simple logic happening here. Therefore, we have to develop AI resilience in the students by developing their thinking skills, which is superior to that of AI tools. By developing their perceptive skills, which is much greater than the perceptive skills of AI tools, and developing their self-efficacy. They have to be entrepreneurs in the sense, because they don't find easy job. So they have to be entrepreneurial minds to get placements. The placement is going down, and many areas placement will not be happening, because, for example, most of our students are placed in IT. Now these IT placements are not going to be near zero, because AI tools are making better IT. So this is the situation. So we have to, this is a great challenge, and I imagine the challenge is to reimagine the education altogether. All the processes, its learning theories, its pedagogies, its assessments, everything has to be revamped, relooked, reimagined. And this is a great challenge, and this is the starting point of discussing this challenge, because this challenge is not remote from us. We'll be experiencing it, because the students will not be placed that easily as it used to be. Christian institutions are better off in these placements, but I think we will be first affected, because when the placements are affected, the admissions will be affected, and everything will be affected. So the entire system will be disrupted. So this is my appeal to everybody. We should not stop at this point. Rather, we have to develop this kind of AI resilience to our students, or make them better than AI learners. As I told you, AI also learning, our learning of our students should be much better and greater than that of AI. So all the best, and we were treated like kings, in fact, all resource persons. I don't know, I experienced that rarely, this kind of majestic, treatment, be it our accommodation, be it our food and transport, everything was fantastically organized, and we enjoyed everything. We enjoyed this walking together with you in this process of consensus building and consensus workshops in the technology of participation. And thank you so much for treating us equals with you, and allowing us to mingle together, and also give our maybe a little bit of research-based concepts to you also. Thank you so much.
Finally, we come to the distribution of certificates. I will call out the names.
Yes, I would request our principal, Dr. Madhumanjari Mondal, to please come in front for the distribution of certificates. Dr.
Dipanita Ghosh.
Dr. Dipanita Ghosh.
Dr. Shitangshu Khatua. Partho Gangopadhyay. Dr. Anuradha Mukherjee. Dr. Suranjana Mitro. হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে সুরঞ্জনা নিয়েছে মিস চন্দ্রানী সেনগুপ্ত ডক্টর সুনন্দা মুখার্জি ওয়েট করছি
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would request our Vice Principal, Dr. Shupratim Das, to give away some of the certificates. Ma'am, would you continue?
সম্রাট ভট্টাচার্য, দেবাঞ্জনা মুখার্জি, সোমনাথ হাজরা, আসমা সুলতানা, আসমা, Dr. Ashi Ruth Stewart, Augustine Joseph, নেই, দেবারতী দে,
Thank you so much, sir. I would now request Father Xavier Vedam to please come in front and hand away some of the certificates.
Dr. Thirupathai Pothuraju, Malini Boshu, Shatabdi Ghosh, Dr. Shubhodip Mojumdar, Dr. Tamanna Sultana,
Thank you so much, Father Vedam. Thank you, Father. I would now request Dr. Glenn Shive to please come in front and give away the certificates.
Shaburi Pramanik, Mr. Obhik Sinha,
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Shoham Pine, আহা পেয়েছে ও পার্থ হালদার, বেদাশ্রুতি ভট্টাচার্য, and Vivek Kormokar. So it's time for the official vote of thanks. Okay. Ma'am has an announcement.
Good evening, everyone. So, this is the Uh, it will be the end of our workshop for this session. Later on, let us see whether we can organize again for you or not. But as Professor Lauren has told me that he has given you that duty to keep in touch with each other and to communicate with him regarding that. So I hope that he will do that. From the beginning, when you registered, all of you received gifts in the form of kit and other things. Even the resource persons also, they have received gifts from us. But what about the coordinators? So I have appreciation, I have special gifts in appreciation to their hard works. So I would request 3 of our coordinators to be in front of us. Dr. Shushmita Gonsalves, Dr. Anamitra Sarkar, and Mr. Pinaki Mondal. We have special gifts for you. And I would like to request Father Vedam to hand over the gifts to them. You want to say something?
Good evening to all of you. Once again, I would like to thank each and every one of you for having come over here I think, wonderful participation you had, it seems. This is what I was told. Each and every session was really innovative, and we were able to learn a lot. This is what someone was telling me during tea time. I was really happy to hear about it. But now you have been, just I heard it from Agra man, no? Agra. You were saying we need to have some more sessions on AI tools. I tell you, 2 months back, we had an online session on AI tools. One professor from online. Even non-teaching staff, we got a separate, non-teaching. Staff, we had 3 days session on AI tools. Then after the session, one of the non-teaching staff talked to me over the phone. He said, Father, now we don't need to go to any one professor for correcting our English. We can go to ChatGPT. We can put our things there. It corrects everything, and then we are able to send it to the government. So then they were so happy. In the same way, for the professors also, we conducted I think 3 days program. But once again, we are planning to have a special program on AI tools. That we will do it maybe in the month of, but now the month of May will be holiday for most of the places. In June, July, we are going to have it. It is in the IHA pipeline, we will do that. So, and also once again, whenever you need any programs like this, you can write to us also. We will be able to conduct, may not be in person, maybe online, we will be able to do it. So at this juncture, I would like to thank all these 4 pillars of our this program. And it's not easy for us, for these people to come all the way from different parts of the world. They have come on their own. And we have not paid for their travel. They said, no, Father, we would like to come and share our ideas with your own staff members, IHA staff members. They come on their own. So they have come, and we have taken only internal travel and other things. So this is only a part that we have done. So on IHA behalf and on our in the college behalf here, I would like to thank them all, and we'll give them a big hand and make them, thank them. Thank you, Lauren, Mark, and Glenn, our old friend. Old friend in the sense he came last time when we had the program in the down south. He was also with us. Once again, he is with us all the time, IHA, for the long past 15 years he is with IHA. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you. One second. And also I would like to thank Father Varghese. 1 minute, I will give you. Father Varghese, you would have heard about Father George Tadathil, and he was your governing body member also earlier. He said, Father, why don't you call Father Varghese? He's also good at giving talks on AA. Then I invited him, immediately accepted. So thank you for the Varghese for having accepted our request and to come and share with us all your team. And with regard to the college here, Scottish Church College principal, not only today, for the past 3 months she was all the time asking me, Father, we are planning, this is what we are doing. She went on telling us so many things about this program, but now I think these 3 coordinators, they have done a marvelous work. I really thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and also thank ma'am for all the good works that you have done to us. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.
I just want to add that on behalf of the Asia Network, we're proud to be collaborating with you in this project, and so happy to be here in Kolkata and to Scottish Church College, and to have you have friends in Scotland as well as you have many friends through the Asia Network in America. 171 universities and colleges are promoting Asian studies, and India is very important to all our colleges, and have annual conference, and there's publications, so there's many opportunities. I think as scholars and people committed to quality teaching and learning, we welcome you, and we look forward to exploring new ways to collaborate. Thank you very much.
The 2-day faculty exchange development program has been very, very successful. But behind all success, there is a lot of hard work. And I request Dr. Shushmita Gonsalves to give us the names of people who've been working behind the scenes to make this program successful. Shushmita.
Thank you, Dr. Anamitra Sarkar. I would begin my official vote of thanks, first of all, thanking the organizers of the program, IHA and AsiaNet of the United States. I would offer my heartfelt thanks to Reverend Dr. Xavier Vedam and Dr. Sister M. Rashmi. Sister Rashmi had come for our inaugural program. So my heartfelt thanks to them, IHA, and also to Asia Network of the United States, without whom the program would not have been a success. Our very own resource persons, Dr. Glenn Shive, Professor Lauren Waybright, Mr. Mark Pixley, Reverend Dr. Varghese Panthalukaran. We learned a lot from you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We thank the Bishop of Calcutta, Right Reverend Dr. Paritosh Canning, for this entire program. Before the program started, there was a high tea at Bishop's house where he met all the resource persons and the organizers, and the participants are also staying there at Bishop's Inn for everything. We are always thankful to him for being a part with us. In fact, both the colleges who are hosting this program, the president of the governing bodies of St. Paul's and ours, is the Bishop of Calcutta. So once again, a big thank you to him. We thank our Secretary, Dr. S.K. Mukuti, Secretary, Scottish Church College, and Secretary, St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College, Dr. J.R.V. Alfred, for always being with us in every venture that we undertake. Most importantly, the person behind the entire show, our principal ma'am, Dr. Madhumanjari Mondal, without whom we would not have seen the light of day. A big, big thank you to her. And also a thank you to the teacher in charge, St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College, Dr. Shudipto Midde. Our Vice Principal, Sir, Scottish Church College Vice Principal, Dr. Shupratim Das. A big thank you for being with us. And a thank you to Vice Principal, St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College, Dr. Binayak Bhattacharya. We thank our bursar who has also been a participant in this program, Scottish Church College, Dr. Upendranath Nondi, and the bursar of St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College. We thank our senator secretaries of both the colleges. We thank our IQAC coordinator, who also has been a participant in this program, Dr. Shamrat Bhattacharya, IQAC coordinator of St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College, Teachers Council secretary of both the colleges. All these people without whom we would not have been able to see this program becoming a success. We thank all of you. Two very important people who have played an active role throughout this program are the chaplains of both the colleges. We had Reverend Shoykot Nath of St. Paul's Cathedral Mission College offering the morning prayer today, and we had Reverend Martin Pakhare at Bishop's Inn, at Bishop's House, offering the prayer. So a big thanks for both of them. And a very big thank you to Amar Kutir. It is a cooperative society under the aegis of Professor Dr. Lolita Rai. She has been with us through and through. And very interestingly, let me tell all of you here present, Professor Lauren Webright is a brand ambassador of Amar Kutir, wearing, displaying traditional garments from Shanti Niketan in West Bengal. So a big thank you to Professor Webright also. A big thank you to my coordinators, Professor Pinaki Mondol, Dr. Joya Mukherjee, Dr. Shrutapa Rani Dasgupta, and all the committee members who are there on the left-hand corner of the room. They are always there whenever I need anything at all. I just have to write a WhatsApp. I need this here, I need this there, and they are always ready, ever ready to help me. Without them, this would not have been possible. Most importantly, the participants from all the 16 colleges all over North India. Most of you have left, but still our hearts go out to each and every one of you who were there with us through and through, right from the beginning when you registered till now. We thank you for actively being a part of this program. Thank you. Our non-teaching staff and the support staff, you have been commenting, you have been admiring the food, then each and every arrangement, the boards, the flower decorations, the way the tables are changing. We would not have been able to do any of these without the help from our non-teaching staff and the support staff. A big thank you to all of you. Finally, as we always say, no program is possible without the blessings of the Almighty, and so we offer a big thanks to the Almighty Savior. Thank you. Yes, yes. We had one performance is not yet done, ma'am. It will be done now. But sure, yes, yes. We had two performances, Dr. Yes, I said food, good food. I've said food. Without that, not possible. Our inaugural ceremony had a special song by Dr. Shreya Sen of the Teacher Education Department. Thank you to her. And today we had a dance performance by semester 6 student of History Department, Shurita. She is from the History Department. So a big thank you to her also. Finally, as I said, we thank the Almighty for being with us.
As we conclude our time together, let us offer a closing prayer through song, thanking God for His presence and His guidance and His blessings for the successful completion of, oh, it is not a prayer song. Okay, doesn't matter. It's a song, okay. I request Professor Pinaki Mondal to sing for us the closing song. Thank you, Pinaki.
I would say this is really a game of content and intent. So content has been provided to us, and now it's a game of intent, what we do with this content. So, and do not consider this to be a performance as we started with a participatory paradigm. Can we make this phase as, once again, the last participation of ours? Maybe one phase of the time when I'll ask you to participate. So please participate wholeheartedly at every point. This is the time we are all going. We'll go back home. And this hall would be empty without you, but full of memories. And the memories bring back memories, and that is what it is all about. So, with this passing days, what we'll make a resolution that will come again, and maybe some other time we'll visit. This is not a song of melancholy, but a song of a promise that we'll meet again. It's a farewell song by none other than Harry Belafonte. Down the way where the nights are dim and the sun shines freely on a mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship and Jamaica I made a stop, but I decided to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I want to give a little girl in Dixon. Sound of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls swing to and fro. I must declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I have to leave a little girl in Mexico. With this thread I'm on, you will know that I am gone. Can hear the whistle, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. Can hear the whistle, 100 miles. And for the last phase, I would like to request everyone to please hold your hand if it is possible. You do not have to take an effort to stand up or anyone. You can hold your hands together. Just sit down, sir. Please be comfortable. Just hold your hands each other. This is just a promise. And the song goes like this. And we will try to sing it in our mother language if possible, Bengali, Hindi, as well as in English. So I do not know the Tamil version of it. So we can sing whatever language you feel like. We'll walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we'll walk hand in hand someday. Now different one of the words. Amra korbo chon. We shall overcome. Hum honge kamyab ek din. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe. Hum honge kamyab ek din. Amra korbo chon ek din. We shall overcome someday. Excuse me, Dara,